be able to be alone and or mature enough to, you know, like I said, like maybe 11 or 12 or whatever. Not that I kind of said that wrong. What I mean is more like, you know, they can go out with their friends at night and stuff like that and not have to be, you know, watched as much, or, you know, where they're basically what they would consider an adult, 1,000 years ago, maybe less. People forget that people would get married at like 12 or 13 and have kids then. Why is that? Oh, I know part of it is that you would die at like 30, or the average age of the whatever you call it, like the average lifespan. That's what it was called. The average lifespan was like, you know, maybe it was older than 30, but like 45. But the fact that you have the ability to have kids at that time, I don't think you should. But I'm saying that, to me, that kind of says something about your being able to make some decisions. And I think really, you know, once you're a teenager, that you should pretty much, this is where I'm not sure about, but I don't believe in discipline, and I don't believe in all that bullshit. I believe in peaceful parenting, but I also believe in peaceful parenting from the side of not disciplining kids and pretty much letting them do what they want to do, and not from a spoiling them aspect, but that they are a human being that owns themselves. And I think definitely once they're a teenager, I mean, I think they should be able to do whatever they want, pretty much, period. And I know it's hard for people to comprehend that, and I'm sure that a lot of people would disagree with me and call me nuts and all of these things. And there are people that have and are doing that. We had Dana Martin on the show before from New Hampshire, who she's like 5 kids. She's been on Wife Swap and Dr. Phil, and her kids are fine. And she even does radical homeschooling, where basically they make lessons out of anything, and it's whatever the kid leads the learning. And I think that's positive to have a touch of that. I wouldn't have 100% radical unschooling, because I do think there's certain things that basic things that you need to learn, that you need, that the life skills. So, and I know with her, it's a you know, force thing, like not forcing them. But at the same time, I think there's certain things that I would find a way to get them to do it without forcing them to do it. But I think there's certain things that you need to know life skill wise, and the majority of them aren't even taught at school, besides math and I mean, I'm trying to think of what you really need to know. You know, you could look at common skills, like you need to balance, you know, your checkbook type thing. So you definitely need math. I don't know that you need calculus, but, you know, computer skills and writing and reading and things along those lines. The history that they teach is bullshit. So I would say that you need to know the real history, but they're not going to teach you that in school. Or you need to know what the government really is, but they're not going to teach you that in school neither. So thinking about what they actually teach in school, there's not a lot. I don't know that there's a lot of value to what you learn in government school, because now even with math, it's like you don't even have to have the exact answer. It's crazy the type of things that they're doing, and they definitely don't teach you to think for yourself. I think that critical thinking and the ability to question things and reason through things and those types of skills are needed. And there's others as well that I'd have to go through and think about, like all the what skills I think that the kids really need, but I think most of them are not taught in schools. So I don't know how much value you get besides having a nice database on you where they collect all this information. And see, these are the things that technology is bringing, where I know that I read an article, I think a couple years ago, that Nevada was rebuilding, or at least Clark County, their whole computer system and databases that they use for Common Core. And Common Core is essentially federal standards, even though federal standards are legal per the Constitution, not that it matters. They claim that all of these states adopted the standards because they dangled money in front of them and said, adopt these standards and we'll give you this money. So the majority of states did, except for like 5, and I don't know where those states are at now, if they had changed their mind about that or not. And a lot of what schools do, besides indoctrination and brainwashing you to be, they teach nationalism. They teach you the Pledge of Allegiance, to have some type of allegiance to the flag and the country. And they also teach discipline. And I want to get into this in some more detail. I may go a little late tonight because I don't have work tomorrow. Yay! But I can't get up too late tomorrow because my fiance is working at 2, so we got to do something for Thanksgiving before that. But I may go like a half hour or something late, so it depends on where I'm at 10 o'clock and covering the information. But I'm going to take a quick break and play I wanted to mention again that I don't have any commercials yet. I don't have any sponsors. It would be nice to have some at some point to make some money. But what I do is, and I put a lot of time into this, is during the breaks, I play clips that I find mostly from YouTube, and they are informative and important, and you can learn things from them, or not necessarily learn things from them. Well, I guess you can learn things from them too, but you can, it may be a news clip, or it may be something that's going on that you don't know about, or something along those lines. So just so everybody knows, it's not a commercial that's being played during the breaks. It's something that is informative and does usually relate to the subject that I'm covering. And I do put a lot of time into making sure for that show that whatever the topic is, that I have a bunch of clips that relate to that topic. So where I'm at now, I mean, I have so many clips saved that a lot of times I can reuse them. And there's some clips that kind of just relate to anything. It might be a general clip about libertarianism or government or something like that. But for for example, today's show, I went and found a whole bunch of clips on different things related to police and schools, CPS, things like that. So just so everybody knows, these are not commercials. So if you're thinking that, hey, I'm going to, not that don't go to the bathroom or do what you got to do, but what I'm saying is don't think it's like, well, this is something that I don't need to hear or whatever, because they are important. So we will be right back after this. NonPartisanLibertyForall.com. Make sure you check out the website.
I'm a school resource officer here at the school, and I guess I'll show you guys what my normal day is like. Well, you look nice. How you doing, buddy? High five. Cheer up, but it's not the end of the world. It's halfway through the week. Usually what I like to do is I come in and I walk the halls and keep track of kids. And hey, Tyler, how you doing, man? You gonna play basketball next year? Come on, man. I need you. Anyway, I like to talk to kids, greet them, say hey, find out what they're doing. Sometimes I help them with homework a little bit. Yeah. Just to make sure you know what to do about getting, okay, not a love note or anything good, so I can throw it away. So, I try to be friendly with them and try to get to know them good. Hey, guys. How you doing, buddy? All right, go put your stuff away. We've got about 650 kids here, and most of the stuff, really at junior high, is usually somebody hit me or somebody took my stuff, or iPods get stolen, cell phones get stolen. A lot of bullying, harassment, intimidation type stuff. How you doing? Let me see what you're listening to. Let's do an oral check here. Oral check? Yeah. What do you got? Give me something. Give me your best shot. Give me something you think I'll like.
You gotta know this one.
Haha, you rock, dude. David Bowie, good man. All right. That's good. How's it going? You ready? Where's that tie?
What?
Where's that tie at?
Oh, I need to give you
Sometimes there's traffic issues out here. I'll try to get people trained not to pull up out there on the busy street to let kids off, but it still happens from time to time. Occasionally there might be a traffic accident. We had one a couple months ago where a kid on a bicycle got hit out here by the front thing, but he didn't get hurt. I'm going to give you a statement form and have you just write that down for me, okay? And I will call up a picture of him and get him down here, and I'll talk to him about it today. Your parents know about it? So that last deal with that student was it was basically a telephone harassment. Another student sent her kind of a threatening text on her phone, and I've been talking to him about using telephones to harass and annoy and stuff. So she had a previous incident, so I'm going to take a report probably now and document it, and I'll have to talk to the other kid. Kind of hard not to notice it, okay? What we're going to do right now is I'm going to do a class on laws, rules, responsibility. We're going to talk about Bill of Rights and constitutional amendments and stuff like that, so how it affects laws. Responsibility and laws and rules, our rights to privacy, property, and basically our personal protections under the Constitution. If you know your American history, they risked everything, literally everything, to tell King George and the British to go pound sand. What do you like to do? I know you're a driver now. If you're guilty of something, the government can't make you tell them you're guilty. Hey, this is Officer Swift. This is for the 9th graders. Just if you guys can listen up for a second. I know you're thinking about getting your driver's licenses. Just be responsible, do it safely, and protect your privilege. And come and see me before you drive to school. Thanks. I'm getting ready right now to go pull a student from class that got in trouble on a field trip yesterday and had a little bit of a meltdown. To have a little talk with her about behavior, making choices and stuff, and then get her back to class. So you have to filter your way through that to try to convince them that you just want friends, okay? Bearing in mind that there's always going to be some tension. That she broke off the friendship with him, but he continues to text her.
I know, this guy comes off like, oh, he's a nice guy and whatever. But this is also a